So we were discussing here how there becomes the Yichud Kuchabrichu Shchinte. Basically, through Torah, we're Mamshech. All the high grade in Yonim. But in order to be Mamshech, you need the Sarusa Delatata. You have the Gashmis, the Nefesh HaBahamis, the Nefesh HaSichlis, which they too have to be brought into the picture to be able to later on create that Yichud of Kuchabrichu Shchinte that makes the Tamosi, Yoinosi Tamosi, the Yidden, through their level of Yoinosi, the gazing at the splendor of the king, the Hizboinenus, then the Hamshoche, when it comes down from the level of Torah, that unites and breaks through and comes down into this world. So he said, V'zehu achas hi li'imo. We're going down one line before. V'zehu achas hi li'imo. This means that she becomes to her mother. The mother is Bina. The Knesset Yisrael, when it is achas hi yoinosi, so it says achas hi li'imo. She's what about kishehi b'bchinas achas hanichleles be'achod. As we said, the achas is the feminine from the echad, the masculine, and we're saying Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem echad, that is bonus. So she becomes in the level of achas. Oz hi oile libechinas bina. Then she goes up. Knesset Yisrael goes up to the level of bina, which is aim habonik. That's why it's called imo. That's aim, because that's the mother of the money. So he explains. Kihine b'dvar havaye shomayim nasu. So where does this world, the shomayim, everything comes that comes from the level of dibur? V'hinei derech moshul ba'odom. If you take, for example, by a person, hadibur nimshach mimachshove. Dibur comes from machshove. So basically, first you have the idea, the thought, and then you speak your thought. From the dibur is an extension, comes from the machshove. So while we say dvar havaye shamayim nasu, that the whole world comes from dibur, ochin hanishomes olu b'machshove. They went up in a higher level than the level of dibur. They went up to the level of machshove. Ukishenishmosoi higia libchinas achas. When the soul reaches to the level of achas yenitamosi, that is when, after the hisboinenus, b'shagam haguf maskim al mesidus nefesh, and also the body agrees to the level of mesidus nefesh, which is yichud kuchabrichu shchinte. That makes the union of kuchabrichu and shechinte, because the guf, the shechinte that comes down, also agrees to go up to the level of the neshama, shenichlal b'bchinas echad, that it's included in the level of echad. The body agrees to the hisboinenus from the nefesh alikis, and it goes up that it becomes also in the level of the union of Hashem. Oz oile kol hayishtalshlus v'nis alu lemikoydem b'shosha. then the entire Shalshalus is elevated, and everybody goes up to their source and their root. Bezeu, and this is the meaning of Bara hi liyoladito. So Bara is, she becomes clear, the Knesset Yisrael, to one who gave birth to her, which is Bina. Bina is give birth, because that's the level of Eim Habonim, the mother of the son, which is the level of Bina. So through the davening, learning and davening, the Torah and the davening, Nigmar Kol Habirurim, all of the sorting out has been completed, and that's why Ubara he becomes clear. And they are included, and they go up to the one that gave birth to the level of Bina. Those sorting out that come from the Klipas Noiga, they become sorted out. How do you bring them up? First, you eat the food that comes from Klipas Noiga. And then you take the power, and with that power that you gain from the Klipas Noiga, from the Nitzutzim, from the food which comes from the Klipas Noiga, you went and you davened with that koyach. And you said, Echod ba'ahavto. You come to the hisbarinus, the meditation. You are elevating that Gashmi's dike food that you sorted out, and you're mevarer their nitzutz. What happens? Where does food come? The food that you get the koyach to daven comes from the world of Toyu. B'yodua, it's known, ki shorsham, the root of the sparks that are in the food, huma hatoyu. That comes from the world of Toyu, which is even higher than Tikkun, than Atzilus. This is a higher level. That's how we explain the pasuk. It says, "Kiloi al halechem levadei yichye ha'odom." It is not just merely on the bread that the person lives. Ki al kol moitze pi havaya yichye ha'odom. Person lives on the moitze pi havaya. That what came out from the pi havaya in the Asore Mamores, and that gives life to the food that we eat. And that life force, the reason it sustains people, because it comes from the level of Toyu, while the person also has the pi havaya that creates them. They also need the food still, because the food is the pi havaya of Toyu. The moitze pi havaya, which is in the food, they are higher in the root, where they come from. And therefore, when he davens with self-sacrifice, self-sacrifice with the power of the food, as we said before, and that food is from Toyu, then everything is included. And from this, later on, takes place his galus soivev b'memali, that you have the revelation of soivev im memali. How is that? Because haloas man kinal, bringing up the mayim nukvim, the feminine water, the sarusa dilatata, the guf and the nefesh habahamis, raising them up to the level of a bina, to the level of and then to the level of Soiv Klam, that means that you have Soiv revealed in Mamalit. So you have Halos Man Kinal Vamshochas Mat Kinal. You have the elevation from bringing up the Guf, the Nefesh HaBahamis, Nefesh HaSichlis, elevating it to the level of the Neshama. And you also have, later on, bringing down the Mayim Dechurim, the Hamshocha, Milamaylo, Isarusa de Leila, through the Torah Mitzvahs Kinal, as said before. V'lochein, Yidei Tefillah, She'yalos Man Mikoidem. Through the davening, which is the first bringing up, before you learn, you bring up the Mayim Nokvim, so then Oz, Al Yidei Oska B'Torah Nimshach is Galu Seva B'Mamalek. Then you have the Hamshach of Seva B'Mamalek, which is Koil Doidin is above. If you don't have the level of the davening, you don't have the Hizbainanus, you don't have the Haloah from the Dvarim Lamato, then Koloimer Ainli Alotoira Filutoira, then it's not going to be Mamshich Milmaila, as he says, all the Inyonim, because it will be just your Neshama, your Guf is not going to be involved in it. It's not been elevated, it's not been Nizbarer. In order for the Berurim to properly impact and to have Yeshem Yichud Kucho Brichu Shchinte to come down the Kucho Brichu and the Shchinte, you need to elevate the Neshama, the Guf, that the Guf should also have the level of Mesiras Nefesh. You need the Yichud Milamato to go up L'mayla. Once you have the Yichud Milamato L'mayla, then you can have also the Hamshocha Milmayla L'mato. All right. This is basically